This is part 2 of my reading of the book Shooter by Walter Dean Myers. I will be reading from page 210, the first full paragraph of Leonard's diary, beginning with April, still April, how tired can I get? And here we go. April, still April, how tired can I get? Went back to the spit-shined folks at the U.S. Army recruiting office. Sergeant Razor Sharp said I looked like a fine young man, and I said he looked like a fine young man. And I took his fine young man test, and he said, you are a smart fine young man. And we sat down and went over to my military options. I told Cameron, and he asked me why I wanted to go into the military, and I told him that I needed to kill all the evil in the world to get the balance back again. And he looked at me and gave me a constipated smile. And when I read his face, I did not see wisdom. What I saw was a smile that he wore like a minstrel mask. What I will do is clearer now. When one life does not work, then you pack your bags and go to another life. Jump over to the road not taken and dance down that road until you get somewhere you recognize. Down the road not taken, all the time burning the bridges behind you so the hounds can't follow. Cameron says that he has not seen me so up as I am now. I am really set at what needs to be done, so maybe I am up and set up, or upset. All I know is that I am singing in my mind over and over the same words. I'm sitting here on the edge of hope, looking through my cosmic telescope at a world looking back at me from the wrong side of eternity. And the only clue that my poor brain finds is a world I've already left behind. The words and the tune run interference, and nobody can read my thoughts, not even Cameron. I chose to read this passage because it describes his basically journey of depression and where he has basically come to a conclusion on what he needs to do in order to feel a part of society, which is to basically erase himself from it. He feels that even Cameron doesn't understand what he's going through and doesn't understand how he could help him. Leonard feels so outside of everything, like such an outcast, and that society has just forever placed him in a spot where he can't get out, to where he feels like he needs to take a new route by leaving this world and entering into the next. But while doing so, burning all bridges and leaving a mark on society so that way no one can follow him. And his poem that he writes, it isn't the first time that we see this poem, and he brings it up later on in the book as well. It's very important because he's basically saying that society has caused him to lose all hope for himself and for humanity, and that the only solution that he could come up with was to leave the world behind him and to basically take his own life. I don't think he comes up with the plan to shoot the school until very last minute, but he does know very early on that he wants to take his own life, and that nobody can stop him, not even his best friend Cameron.